think on my 18th or 19th birthday, I can't even remember. That's when I got sentenced to 7 years prison. And didn't do 7. I won't say none of this is anybody else's fault but my own. Obviously, everybody's made bad decisions. Some people make decisions that get you locked the F up. And I was just one of those kids that pushed the envelope. My name is Efrain Ayala Jr. I've been tattooing for a few years, and I tattoo right here in Monterey, California. I got into tattooing just because I needed money and I was in prison, and I didn't want to ask my family for money, so I learned how to tattoo just kind of out of necessity. Prison, I guess, is where I kind of like figured out everything there as far as tattooing. You know, that's where I apprenticed, technically. I mean, 2010 to 2015, that's 5 years tattooing under the single needle. So, I mean, that's definitely always gonna stick with me. I've been drawing forever. My dad used to send me things from prison, and that's how it started. Perfect. I used to kind of, in my head, want to be like him, even though I didn't know he was, you know, how he was. As far back as I can remember, I remember my dad being in prison. I just don't remember him being around. I do remember receiving letters from him. As far as a relationship with my dad, that was the biggest and only relationship we had, which was through drawings and paper. And that was the only thing that kind of reminded me of him, now I think about it. Because I never did anything with him, so when I would draw, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna draw as good as my dad. But I never ever thought that I would end up going to prison and doing all this kind of the same way he did it, except now making a career out of it. What's going on?
Hi, Angela.
Nice to meet you, Junior. So the tattoo you told me about, I haven't seen the design, but this is what you came up with in your head, in my opinion, and that's what I seen in my head is like perfect blend, I think.
I seen through his Instagram that he had another piece of the Joker, and I just fell in love with it. And I've been waiting for the right opportunity and the right person to do it, and I felt he was a great person.
That's a good idea for that mask.
I know, I really like it.
Yeah, and that's the card that he uses.
Yes.
In the movie, so. From the one description she gave me of one idea for a tattoo, I see like a whole world sometimes. You know, I want my tattoos to either 1, tell a story, or 2, show an emotion. It solidifies the style I try to do the most. And the cards kind of just chaotically fall out of nowhere. That's gonna be all your skin, so it's gonna be a lot easier on your body.
Okay.
It won't hurt as bad. I was in prison drawing portraits. Like, I'll draw a full-page portrait for $10. $10 in food or hygiene, toothpaste or whatever. Did you want to stand up real quick so we can get the sizing? The guy I was doing drawings for was doing my tattoos, and he seen my drawings, and he just told me, he's like, man, why don't you tattoo? You know, he's telling me, oh, why don't you practice, why don't you practice? I was like, well, on who? I don't want to mess nobody up. He's like, practice on yourself. And I was okay with that. There's this one. So that's the first one I did ever. So this is 1 day, so this is 1 week. This is actually the one that, I guess you could say, launched my career when I got out too. I have shown people this tattoo since I've been out, and they never thought I did it in prison. And all I did was I just took the outline out of the magazine, put it on there, did it. I think it was just tattooing upside down was really what helped me get better faster. A lot of even artists told me that they were surprised on how good it came out, I guess. They were just kind of like, damn, like, you know, you haven't been tattooing that long and you kind of already figured it out. I kind of just feel like I got lucky, I don't know. From that point, my life in prison changed forever, and I started making a lot of money in prison, like thousands of dollars, doing tattoos in prison. Handmade machine, hand sharpened needles on the ground, hand burnt ink or however you made it. I used to burn my ink. Everything was a task, you had to make everything by hand, and at the same time, it was a taboo, so you had to worry about the COs catching you. Correctional officers, for people that don't know the terminology. I dealt with that from 2010 till 2015 is when I got out. I didn't realize that it was gonna roll out to, what it is now. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna get out of prison, to be honest. You have a seat right here.
Okay.
Just get comfortable, you'll be okay. You're gonna be sitting there for a while, so. I had a lot of doubts when I got out. I was still in prison and people were seeing my work and they were telling me, yeah, you're gonna do really well when you get out. COs would stop me, because we get strip searched every day. But COs would strip me naked or whatever, and they're not looking at me in any kind of inappropriate way, but they're seeing my tattoos. And they'd look and they'd be like, oh man, that's really good. They're like, where'd you get that at? And I'm like, I did that myself. And this is obviously the cool COs, I'm telling. Even though I was, kind of like not wanting their praise, I was happy. It was comforting to know that there was more people out there that were interested in my art and really appreciated it. I knew if I tried my hardest, I could do, whatever I believed, I guess. Over time, I just practiced, but I did have a few people in my life tell me that artists don't make money. So it just never, ever was a thought in my head to start tattooing or start doing art for any type of way to provide for yourself and your family. Yeah, go and sit down. So it's 13 needles side by side.
Okay.
Now you wish you didn't ask, huh? Are you nervous?
Yes.
Yeah. It's all right, don't worry. I'm not gonna cut your arm off today. I don't know, like I said, it just came naturally. I've been drawing for as long as I can remember. And I've kind of always been somewhat decent at it. But I think that comes from cinema. In prison, I would watch movies, watch anything. You watch the beginning of a movie and it'll tell you the whole story of the movie in that first picture sometimes. Each thing involved in this picture, image, means something, but it's telling a deep story. And without it, it changes everything. I knew that when I did tattoos, I wanted to capture everything like that. Prison for me was more like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a genuine, different world. I don't want to say that it was easy because it wasn't. I just tried to make all the worst things a joke, I guess. Most things that I experienced, I just had to treat them like they were normal. Thankfully, I'm past all of it now, I really want to add the card in there, and then obviously I always want to do a second pass on my realistic pieces. Been out 3 years and I have my own shop now. I just got it last year, and I just can't believe that I'm here now, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm just grateful I'm able to do what I'm obsessed with. I don't feel like I'm working ever.